All right, we are live everywhere, but I think sound is good. Sound is good. All right. How was your week?
It's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a pretty good week too.
Excellent.
Not too bad. Not too bad. Pretty significant week for us over here at Talk Interference Sports.
Yeah.
If you don't know, I'm Nick.
I'm Eric.
And we're Talk Interference Sports. The significance of our week was we actually got to use a media pass for the first time. Thank God, back to normal. Sorry for last week, Dennis. We were trying something different. We wanted to try our round table, bring a couple guys on with other knowledge. Okay. We wanted to try something different, but like what I was saying is our week was significant because we actually got our first media pass to go cover a sporting event as Talk Interference Sports. So, that was really exciting.
And not just any sporting event, an international sporting event too. So
yeah,
that was a pretty big first.
Yeah, it was very exciting. I loved it. Men's rugby 15. When's the next opportunity we're going to get to see that in our area?
Well, Friday, but
I know isn't it on Saturday?
No, it's Friday.
It's Friday?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, regardless, other than that, after that, when's it going to come back? Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Maybe never.
And we got to witness that and be part of it. So that was really cool. We'll talk more about that later. But let me go ahead and say, we've been doing this for over a half a year now.
Yeah. Over
a half a year. And, man, I'm really, really excited about how far we've come in the short amount of time. And we really couldn't have got it here without you guys who watch us and the Game Changer Sports Network for taking us under their wing. I'm really reflecting today because I was listening to the radio on Monday and watching ESPN on Tuesday, and I really thought to myself, I'm super happy with the product that we put out. When I was listening to the local radio, I kept hearing the sports station talk about the Kardashian family and how it's affected the NBA. And when I was watching the Will Kane show, I watched him talk to Jerry Rice and then move into talking about how one of these chicks has become the youngest billionaire. And I thought back and I was like, I'm really glad this isn't something that we have blocked off for our segments on our show.
Yeah.
And that's part of the reason why we back the Game Changer Sports Network so much. So I love that we're a part of an actual sports network that wants to talk about just sports.
Yeah, leaving politics and all the drama
out of it. We're all on the same page here at the Game Changer Sports Network and Talk Interference Sports. So salute to those guys. And if you're not following the Game Changer Sports Network on all media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, Facebook, obviously you guys are watching us, but you guys might not be. So follow all of those pages. Same as ours. We're on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch. Find it. And if you didn't know, you can receive $20 off your next purchase when you are looking for tickets at SeatGeek.com, SEAT Geek, GEEK.com. Use promo code GCSN and get $20 off that purchase when you go see a concert or a sporting event, whatever. Sorry, man. I had to get it off my chest.
No, it's all
just frustrating, dude, how you can just totally blatantly go from talking to the greatest wide receiver of all time to talking about that. So,
yeah, and who cares?
I don't. And that's what bugs me is I don't want to listen to it at all. I'm sorry that I'm putting it on you guys right now, really, but it just had to be said that I'm thankful for GCSN and that we're a part of that. So Let's get right into the rugby because that's the first thing that really stuck out to me this week because we were a part of being there at a live event.
Do you want to go right into the Uruguay game, or do you want to go all
Let's
the way
go
back?
to the one that the first thing that
Right.
we went to. Let's go to the Uruguay versus the United States. Who was Julian Edelman interviewed? Yeah, right, bro. Jerry Rice was way better than Julian Edelman. Don't even try that. Don't even try that.
All right, so the USA and Uruguay match, it was it was a good match.
It was a good match.
USA just was outplayed on both ends of the field there.
I felt mostly on defense, though.
Yeah, but I mean they made it hard for Uruguay to score, and
Yeah.
it ended up being 32-25. In case anyone missed that or didn't know. So it's not like the USA defense was bad, but they just couldn't come up with some of the stops that Uruguay did, and their offense was just a little bit higher pace than the USA offense was.
I mostly got from watching that the Uruguay's defense was pretty much a brick wall, and USA had to work 10 times harder than Uruguay did to get a try.
Yeah, that is true. But if you want to go back and compare the week prior, USA had a good showing.
Okay.
I mean, Uruguay is a much better team than the Brazil team that they faced the Friday before,
Okay.
or the Saturday before.
Okay.
One of those days. Anyway, because against Brazil, USA pretty much could score, it seemed like, whenever they wanted to.
Relentlessly.
But what kept that game close was the fact that USA had 16 penalties in that match, and whereas this one they only had 9.
Right.
So
A little bit more disciplined on
yeah, exactly. A little bit more disciplined play, and it was.
I felt like the lateral work that USA had to do in order to move the ball down to the try line
Yeah,
was a lot harder to do than it was for Uruguay because
Wow.
they did like the lateral and then like would dip and dodge into this open spot, and Uruguay was so fast that once the guy was gone,
right.
he was gone.
That was the decision maker in that match. Was that Uruguay was just a little bit faster.
Yeah.
And before I say this out loud, let me just go back real quick and check something. Because
Good match though.
I didn't have time to do, convert
Organize
this
it. Yeah.
into quick notes.
Good match though. I really enjoyed that. Keep finding your stuff. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed that match. The score doesn't reflect how well USA played.
Agreed. And the other thing that could very well have made a difference in that is that USA didn't get a conversion. on
That's right.
Any of their tries.
Yeah. All
And
their tries they missed. the
Uruguay
conversion.
only kicked 1 successfully.
Interesting.
So, I mean, that right there, in case you don't know, after you score a try that's worth 5 points, then you go for a conversion kick, like after in football, but in rugby it's worth 2 points. So,
Yep.
That's a lot of points that were left.
Missed opportunity for sure.
Right. Although, unlike football, it's not always a straight shot.
Right.
Where
it has
you
to
cross
do
the
try
scrum
line.
or the try line has to do with where you kick from on your feet on the field.
Yep.
So it's not just a gimme, and it's not just a straight-on kick.
It never is that easy. So, we'll go be checking out. Okay. We will be checking out the Canada versus USA men's 15s on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So look forward to checking that out and look forward to seeing that and talking about it. But men's sevens won the championship.
Finally.
Go USA.
After this is the second time they've won the tournament in Las Vegas, or 2 years in a row. This is their fifth
standing
podium appearance. And the previous four, they lost or took second, so they were silver medal. And this gold medal actually put them, I wrote this down, 5 points ahead of New Zealand, because USA and New Zealand in sevens were tied. So now they're 5 points ahead in world standings over New Zealand.
I think I wrote down. So USA is at 89. New Zealand is at 83. Fiji is at 84. England is at 68. And South Africa is at 57. So that gap from 1 to 5 is pretty significant.
And I don't want to say it's surprising about USA, but all of those countries have a much deeper rugby background. And also New Zealand they're defending World Rugby Cup champions, and Fiji is defending Olympic gold champions.
Okay.
Or I might have that backwards, but both of those teams
are no slouch.
No, they're very, very good and have been very good for a long time. The other thing that is important about this gold medal finish for USA is that at the end of the year, it'll be the end of the year. The top four teams automatically qualify for the Tokyo Olympics.
Oh, damn. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool. So keep it up, USA.
Absolutely.
We're out here. Yeah, so they absolutely decimated Samoa. 27-0.
Yeah, they completely shut them out.
27-0.
And this was after one of their most key players, Perry Baker, didn't play at all in that match actually at all in the tournament, because he broke his jaw in the Sydney tournament.
Oh, brutal.
So
they have an estimated time on when he will be back?
They're hoping very, very soon, but that's
wired jaws are definitely no joke.
Right.
All right. Damn. Well, go USA. On another note, New York and NOLA came out and won this week since we last talked the MLR.
That was week 4.
That was the week before?
Yeah, we should probably recap week 5 real quick, huh?
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, I have it here real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
I'll just run over the scores. So Seattle, the Seawolves beat Rugby United New York 33-21. And that's important because New York was previously undefeated.
Okay. Yep.
The Warriors tie with the Raptors 26-26. Austin Elite lose to the San Diego Legion 17-45, and Houston loses Toronto 27-44.
Yep.
That was week 5.
Okay.
So
yeah, so in this week, NOLA won and
NOLA won, so they're back on number 1 in the standings.
Yep.
Do you have?
No, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
So back to New York. They bounced back with a win over the Houston SaberCats, 35-8. And that's good for New York, not only just getting a win after a loss, kind of get back in the groove, obviously, but also with that big of a differential in points, they gained more points in the standings because they were 6th.
Okay.
And their record didn't really reflect that in the standings. I mean, because they were 3-1,
Right.
and they were still 6th.
Right.
And at least one of the teams below them hadn't won a single match, and they were like one place below them.
Strange.
So, yeah, just going out there and beating a team that they needed to beat and beat them by a lot, they needed that for their standing-wise. So that was good for them. NOLA won, like you mentioned.
They beat the Warriors.
Yeah, they
right?
beat the Warriors 21-19. Let's see here. Now you're getting me all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
with
with
this
that
one,
win-
they threw them back on top.
Yeah, they go back up on top, and that's also a difficult loss for Utah, because that's the second match in a row where they had a lead for most of the match and then still ended up losing.
Right.
So I mean that was a pretty demoralizing loss for Utah, especially such a close game, and having, I forget the exact minute, but it was well into the second half before Golden
NOLA
actually took the lead.
Right. The Seawolves will be playing Houston 5 p.m. on Sunday, so check that match out.
Mm-hmm.
Look forward to that one. It would be pretty crucial for them to win that one, because I think they've dropped down to 3rd or 4th now, right?
They're third.
Or 3rd.
So and then the last match in the MLR of the week
Raptors.
was the Raptors and the Toronto Arrows, and the Raptors crushed them 22-0.
Damn, son.
That was a hard.
Glendale's not bad, man.
Glendale's
good.
They had a rough start, but they're a good team.
They got to get that melding together a little bit.
I think so.
Yeah.
And I mean, and there were some players that they were supposed to have this year that got held up with some visa issues.
Oh, okay.
So
that's always going to be an issue for this league, I think.
Until we start developing more homegrown talent, yeah.
Right.
I mean, I think it's going to be the same thing, probably more so because it's a I don't know, lesser known sport in America anyway than soccer, but you also run into those issues in the MLS too.
Right. So
end of week 6, your MLR standings are number 1, NOLA Gold, number 2, the San Diego Legion, number 3, the Seattle Seawolves, number 4, the Glendale Raptors, number 5, Rugby United New York, number 6, the Toronto Arrows, number 7, the Utah Warriors, and number 8, the Houston SaberCats, and number 9, the Austin Elite.
All right. I look forward to some more rugby.
Always.
I don't know about you guys, but we like rugby over here at Talk Interference Sports.
We do.
So tell me about some MLB stuff. So I see you wrote about Salvador Perez here.
Yeah, I did. I did also want to...
Literally after the episode we did of the roundtable, so shout out to all the roundtable guys also. So thanks for being a part of that. We really appreciate that. That was fun for us. Literally after we got done speculating about where Bryce Harper was going to land, the next day he signed with the Phillies. So Bryce Harper is a Philadelphia Philly.
Yeah, and another thing that before I found out about the roundtable thing, Aaron Hicks. I know this is a week old, but
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. Yeah.
but yeah, he got a big contract from the Yankees.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, it's $12.5 million through that goes through 2026 with a $1 million buyout and a $2 million sign-in bonus.
That's not bad.
Yeah, good for him. As much as I don't like seeing the Yankees do anything that is positive, I mean, that was a guy that
He'll fill in nicely in New York, I think.
well, and he had his on base percentage was crazy.
Right.
And there was only 8 other American League players that had that high or higher on base
It was
percentage.
838 OBS.
Yeah,
That's crazy. That's insane. I did not know that.
over the past 2 years.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Hey, so Dennis says, guys, I got to get a hold of you. I may have something you can raffle for charity or raffle to support show. Dennis, you can always message me like you did the last time. Or if you want to like phone call me, I can give you my phone number. Or you can email me. We have an email, talkinterferencesports@gmail.com, so you can always email us there. The Phillies, I think, with Bryce Harper got better, but if you want to tell me why you think they got worse, I'll definitely listen to your opinion on that. Clayton Kershaw.
Yeah, I don't know if have you heard anything else about
I heard he
this?
got hurt. That's all I heard.
Yeah, so like I said, this is a week old. This is stuff I was working on for last week, but his left shoulder was hurting him.
Yeah.
And he was supposed to start, and then he couldn't, and they're thinking that this injury is going to keep him from starting, and at least on opening day, which he's been starting for the Dodgers on opening day 9 years in a row.
Be a tough streak to break.
Yeah, that's tough. And he just signed a 3-year contract with the Dodgers for $93 million.
Damn.
But
It's like Clayton Kershaw came out on top of that.
Yeah, and
I
the
mean,
last I heard,
minus your
anyway,
health.
unless anyone else has, they hadn't even scheduled an MRI or anything like that.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything else on Clayton. So, as soon as I do, I will definitely speak up about it. But the cactus and grapefruit leagues are underway. So we're in spring training. The Mariners are like 4th or 5th right now. I know it's spring training, but it's not bad for starting out in the spring training.
Yeah.
I'm excited for seeing how these Mariners go. I saw some predictions, like record predictions, and everybody's saying the Angels are going to do better than the Mariners. I don't know if I feel that.
Man, I want to get on the Mariner bandwagon. I really do.
It's not a bandwagon, bro.
because
It's a broken axle.
Because it's the spring training and opening days in a couple weeks, and I'm super excited about baseball starting, and I'm like, ooh, I want the Mariners to do well. They're not.
Trout needs 9 tiers, 350 million. 9 years, 350 million. Devin, if not more. Trout needs to get a big contract. Big contract.
I did hear something about.
Did we hear about where Kimbrel's going?
About the
I heard
Nationals,
anything.
right?
I didn't hear about that. Did you hear that?
I didn't. I heard some speculation.
Speculation?
So I didn't.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he's basically saying, I'm worth this much, and if you don't pay me, then no. It is what it is.
Oh, hey, whatever. I mean, he's not going to get that from the Red Sox.
No, probably not. So,
Well, I mean, obviously there are exceptions, but very rarely does a closer come off a year like he had, or
and does as good and consistent about it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's why
it's happened, but it's rare.
That's exactly why I was saying at the end of the season that the Mariners need to trade Edwin Diaz away. As much as it really pained me to see.
Yeah, as much as
I'm
you
glad-
don't want to say it.
I'm glad that it happened because Edwin is not going to ever be as worth as much as he is right now. So
no, and then what do you get by hang on to him? I mean, you're going to end up with the Felix Hernandez of relief pitchers.
yeah, pretty much. So
Which
and we're stuck with Felix for another year, right? I think we got one more year.
A year or two, maybe.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But, we'll see. We'll see. I'll take Haniger in right field over Harper. I like it. Okay. Dre 206. I like it. But thanks for joining us, buddy. Right? I feel bad for players like Trout, though. He's amazing, but isn't on a championship caliber team. I respect when guys do that sometimes, though, just because that makes them be that much better to elevate other players or to bring in other talent. Instead of trying to go to the championship caliber team, let's build the championship caliber team. I like seeing that more than I like to. So I'm a Kevin Durant fan, but I mean, I don't like the move to the Golden State Warriors, but he got his rings, he got his championship. You got to respect that. But it's the same concept here. What I'm saying is I think Mike Trout would kind of diminish his legacy by going to, say, the Red Sox or going to Houston or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I
Do you disagree?
I don't know if I necessarily disagree. I just agree for different reasons.
Okay.
And, sure, Red Sox fan, but I really, really like seeing other teams that don't necessarily have the means as the Red Sox or the Yankees or the Braves to go to the World Series or just play playoff baseball in general. I really, really wanted the Brewers in the World Series because
so
there's a team that is.
Now here's a guy.
I know, I do that a lot too, but that's a team that they don't have the capital to take the chances on players or to sign big contracts to players like the Yankees or the Red Sox or the Dodgers do. So I like it when teams like that do well. I like it when, the Diamondbacks do well or when the Rockies are doing well.
I like to root for the underdogs in baseball.
I guess you would classify them as an underdog, but also just not.
Yeah, looking at the playoff picture last year, you would have never thought the Brewers were going to make it as far as they did.
After the season prior, I kind of had a feeling that they were going to make a decent run, but you're right. I didn't think they were going to make it to the level they did.
And B, how awesome of a story would that have been to talk about, oh, dang, the Brewers made it to the World Series and they're facing one of the best Red Sox teams we've seen in years.
Maybe ever.
Yeah. And then, boom, what if they had won that? Whoa, Cinderella story.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I like
for sure.
I like seeing that kind of stuff. That stuff always
Yeah, that
gets
would
me
have
a nice sports hard on. So
Yeah, that would have been a Lifetime movie original.
yeah, for
that
sure.
would have been great.
Oh yeah,
I mean, not as a Red Sox fan, but
for sure. I bet. That's why I root for the Mariners. Loved it. See my second team. Baseball is such a team sport when you got guys left and right blasting extra base hits, making amazing plays and awesome pitching. That's very true. I was a Brewer believer, Chaz says. They win the Central this year, even though it's the toughest division of baseball. Yeah, but when you get out of the Central unscathed, like the Brewers are supposedly going to do, you still got bigger teams than dealing with the Central. And the Central is comprised of most of your schedule when you're in the Central. So it should give you better reps against better teams is what my thought process on it is.
Yeah,
I'm not hating on the Brewers at all. Don't even think that at all.
I think the Brewers are going to do well this year.
I hope so.
And I think this might be their year that they go to the World Series. Now, whether they win or not, I don't know. I'm not going to say that.
They won't beat the Mariners in the World Series.
You stop that. Stop that right now.
Yo, I'm telling you.
Man, and goddamn Mariners. Because they do this to me every year. They're like, oh, shit. This year, the pitching is on point. It's good.
Well, their base hitting is horrible.
But the hitting is terrible. Next year, hitting is great.
Pitching's trash.
But the pitching is in the toilet. Or then like last year, it's like, oh, we're kind of hitting on all cylinders now. As long as we can be 500 going into the All-Star break, then it's like, really, guys? Come on.
I like it. Yeah.
You're making it hard to be true to the blue.
I am true to the blue, baby. Let's do it. I love it. They're not my prediction. Who's your prediction, Dennis? Tell me. Who wins the Central?
Oh, I think he's talking about the Mariners.
Oh, the Mariners? Oh, dude, the Mariners are – they're going to win 117 games this year.
Bro, they're going to win 17 games this year.
Oh, man, it sucks being a Mariners fan, but I love it.
It really does. Although, I mean, I know you can't take, like, spring training as what's going to happen in the season because –
I get excited, though, because they're, like, beating teams average by 5 runs right now.
Yeah.
That's exciting. That gives me hope for what potentially could be. You know what I mean?
I know. It gives me hope, and that pisses me off.
Yeah,
because I know I'm just going to be disappointed.
Because know it's going to happen.
And then I'm just going to be like, hello, Jack Daniels,
yeah, right?
my old friend.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. Chicago. Okay, he thinks Chicago's going to win the Central. There's only like 4 dominant teams in the AL. Second wild card is wide open. I agree with that. Usually the first wild card spot goes to someone in the East.
It's what it is.
It is what it is. Let's change it up, dude. Change it up.
Well, I got one more baseball thing to talk about.
Okay.
Salvador Perez.
Tell me about him.
It's confirmed he's a partial tear in the ulnar collateral ligament.
Oh, no.
So he's going to miss this entire season with Tommy John surgery.
Tommy John surgery. The baseball player killer.
Yep. But they're hoping to have him rehabbed in time for 2020 because they're, or at least, Kansas City's thinking that they can rehab a catcher faster than the pitcher.
I agree with that.
So
I could agree with that.
That's where he's at, and that is the end of the notes I have for the week. So now I'm flying by the seat of my pants.
All right. Before we move on from baseball,
Okay.
give me I'm gonna try and fish it out of you. Give me
Okay.
a wild card prediction from both divisions.
The Mariners and the Marlins.
The Mariners and the Marlins. Oh my God! Don't do that to me.
Man,
You think the Mariners will make a wild card this
No.
year? I don't either.
Like I said before,
I would like them to.
I would love that.
I would prefer them to win the West.
Well, yeah, but that's not going to happen for. We'll probably be dead by then.
Oh my God!
I'm losing my faith.
That's brutal.
But,
What happens first? What happens first?
We die or they win the
No,
World
no,
Series?
no.
Because we're going to die
do
first.
the Browns win a Super Bowl, or do
The Browns.
the Browns win
For
a Super
sure.
Bowl before
Yeah.
the Mariners make the playoffs?
Oh. I'm still sticking with the Browns.
Oh no!
Man,
Dang. Okay. All right. I'm still sticking with my Mariners. It's all good.
I mean, they have the easier task, but they've managed to screw around for the past 20 years. So,
Mets will win more games than the Phillies. I like that, Tommy. Tommy T. I like that. Mets always fall apart. Look good on paper, Chaz says. National League is loaded with good teams, Dennis says. Devin says they need to do a Dan Wilson night or Carlos Guillen or Mike in center. No, man. You know Mike Cameron? That's what his name is Mike Cameron, not Mike the center fielder. his name is Mike Cameron, and he actually set the clubhouse record for most strikeouts in a season. So let's not talk about Mike Cameron. Or Mike the center fielder. Jesus, Devin.
although if someone said, "Hey, we're gonna have Mike the center fielder night,"
I'd be interested in it.
I would be like, "Oh, all right."
Okay, let's go check
So,
out Mike the center fielder.
This seems like we're just gonna sit around and like take a bunch of Jaeger bombs and
with my hat turned backwards and some
Mike
Armani
the center
sunglasses.
fielder. Hey,
Oh.
you want to buy some slacks?
I like it. Ugh. Okay, so moving right along. NFL, some crazy stuff happened. Eric Weddle was released by the Ravens. By releasing the 34-year-old veteran safety, the Ravens will be saving $7.5 million against the salary cap. He didn't have a very good year this year, so I'm not overly surprised. But Eric Weddle was definitely embedded in the Ravens organization. So I'm surprised to see where he'll go. Hopefully, he has a little bit better of a season. 34 as a safety is getting up there, though.
Yeah, well, and not to bring up the Patriots any more than Devin will, but I mean, how do you think they stay relevant?
Bringing on 34-year-old
That's
safeties.
not at all how they stay relevant.
I think they need to.
I do too. I think they should.
They should call Chad Ochocinco.
Ooh. It's not very often you have two friends with the same Spanish numerals as last names.
The Browns released Jamie Collins after 30 games with the Browns. Collins' release being hinted at the NFL scouting combine when Dorsey acknowledged Collins's play didn't match up with his high salary. With no guaranteed money left on the contract, Cleveland saves $9.25 million against the salary cap with just $2.5 in dead money by cutting Collins. I took all those notes down just to see if that's a big enough number for their salary cap for me to ask you, do you think Le'Veon Bell goes to the Browns? Because I've heard speculation about it. They're super stacked in the running back position, though. They could trade Duke Johnson. They don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could trade Duke Johnson and have Le'Veon Bell.
I mean, he won't go to the Browns if the Steelers have anything to say about it. But
they didn't franchise tag him, so
they did.
They don't.
Oh.
I will actually go over that right now. So 6 teams use their franchise tag this offseason as we hit the franchise tag deadline. Just a reminder of exactly what a franchise tag is. A team can select one of its prospective free agent players per year as its franchise player. Doing so locks the player onto the roster for 1 year at a fully guaranteed salary roughly equal to or average of the top 5 salaries at his position, or 120% of his previous year's salary. Whichever of the two is higher is what they'll get for the franchise tag. There's more to it, but the basics are right there just in case you were unaware of how it works. So only 6 teams in the offseason used a franchise tag. Clowney for the Texans, Frank Clark for the Seahawks, Dee Ford for the Chiefs, Grady Jarrett for the Falcons, DeMarcus Lawrence, second year in a row being franchise tagged by the Cowboys. And for some reason, the San Francisco 49ers used their tag on their kicker, Robbie Gould. So, I don't know. Man. Le'Veon Bell is free of the Steelers.
You know, honestly, I think with all the running backs that the Browns have, they would be better served putting that money into some other positions.
I agree.
Than they would be to get Le'Veon Bell.
I agree. But I think the Browns are trying to get in full gear to go to the Super Bowl. Like, they're like trying to win.
Yeah,
you can tell after last season.
But they already have
three good running backs.
Yeah, I'm not going to embarrass myself.
I don't remember all 3 of them off the top of my head right now, but I know Duke Johnson is one. I want to say Carlos Hyde, but I think he got traded during the season.
He did.
So they don't have Carlos Hyde anymore. And
I think he went to the Dolphins.
I don't remember. I don't want to look it up. I'm not sure. But I know they have 3 good running backs.
Oh, they have.
And they definitely have room to trade one of their good running backs.
They have 2 great running backs.
And one that catches the ball really well.
Yeah. And basically a receiving running back.
Yeah, which Le'Veon Bell can do both. So I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Le'Veon Bell was one of the best receivers on the Steelers 2 years ago.
I just don't like him at the Browns. If he was to go to a place like Jacksonville or Tennessee.
Speaking of Jacksonville, Nick Foles is not 100% guaranteed to sign there, so I'm not saying that, but Nick Foles it sounds like he's going to Jacksonville. So a Nick Foles Le'Veon Bell combo,
that would be good.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Dennis is over here saying Bell is going to Indy. They have $100 million in cap space. Andrew Luck and Le'Veon Bell, that would be savage.
Yeah, that would be an awesome combination.
That would be a freaking killer.
Absolutely.
Of a team. Questionable O-line for me though in Indy though. I don't remember how much Andrew Luck got sacked this year, but I feel like it was within the top 12 to 10 teams of the league.
I don't remember enough to say that with confidence.
So I'm not confident about it, but I feel like their O-line could use a little bit of work. So
it was better than the Seahawks.
That's true, but I think that $100 million should go a little bit towards the O-line if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong.
I think with a Nick Foles or a Andrew Luck as quarterback, I think that would be a much better fit for Bell.
Oh, okay. Dennis said Luck didn't get sacked for 8 straight games. Okay. Hey, I think, like I said, I felt like I read that somewhere, that Indianapolis had a rough O-line. But, hey, I stand corrected if that's correct. 8 straight games is a long time to not get sacked. So,
That's, half the season.
there you go. Le'Veon Bell in Indianapolis would be phenomenal to watch.
Yeah.
I would like to see that. Further NFL news. Like I said, rumor mill says Nick Foles will be playing in Jacksonville. Jason Witten came out of retirement to come back to play for the Dallas Cowboys for another season. What are you doing, bro? Why? I liked you in the booth.
I did too.
What are you doing?
Everyone gave him crap, but
I liked him in the booth.
I did too. I liked him and
Tony Romo.
Tony Romo.
No,
yeah.
Tony Romo was a better. I'm not gonna trash him like that. But talking about football, I'll go.
Well,
that far.
I like him better than frickin'.
Now here's a guy, Joe Buck.
No,
Are you like Joe Buck more?
no. I was referring to the other cowboy. God damn it. Troy Aikman.
Troy Aikman's a horrible commentator.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
I would much rather listen to Tony Romo over Troy Aikman
Yeah, for sure.
any day.
For sure, most definitely.
And I would love to listen to Jason Witten and Tony Romo over Joe Buck and Troy Aikman.
Yo, that would be a sweet combo.
Right?
Yeah, that would be cool. I'd like to hear that one. That's cool. Devin is Bruce Jenner of Talking Your Fit. Dang, bro, garbage commentator. Dang. I like it when Dennis and him go at it. I like Devin and Dennis. It's good stuff. Terrell Owens will be inducted into the Niners Hall of Fame as the 28th inductee. I didn't read too much more into that. I just wanted to share that Terrell Owens will be inducted into a Hall of Fame.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah. And that's all the notes that I took for the week. But like I said, I'm open to talking some basketball or some AAF or some NHL or whatever.
I don't care. I've been watching spring training and rugby, so
Sorry. God damn it, choked myself. I want to come out and say I think it's time that we do it. We break out the champagne. We break out
popping
the
bottles.
Cristal. We break out the rosé.
Ooh,
Or break out the
rosé.
Hennessy. Break out all the bottles. Because, ladies and gentlemen, the Lakers have a 1.1% chance of making the playoffs this year. And I think Kevin Durant and Giannis Antetokounmpo have surpassed LeBron James as the best player in the league right now. Both of them are better than LeBron James. I'm saying it. I don't care what you guys say. I'm saying it. LeBron James is more focused on Hollywood than playing basketball, and this season shows it. Give us our NBA back.
Man, I just like seeing LeBron do that.
I love seeing LeBron not make the playoffs. It's going to be interesting for me because for the last, as far as I can remember, I think it's 9 straight. Is it 9 straight playoff appearances? 8? Something like that. Don't quote me on the number, but he's made quite a bit of numbers of straight playoff appearances. And every single one of them I've rooted against. I think it's 9 too, but I've rooted against him in the playoffs because I don't have a basketball team. Bring back my Sonics. Oklahoma City's the stolen team. But I don't have anybody to root for in the NBA, so I root against LeBron James. And it's not because I'm a hater of who's doing good. It's because LeBron isn't – I'm not saying he's not a good player, but he's not all everybody says all the time. I don't need the NBA talk. Like, yo, Giannis and Kevin Durant are doing so much better this year, but the narrative is LeBron James and why they're not doing good.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Give me back my NBA.
Yeah, let's talk about players who are actually doing well. And also, when he played with Cleveland the first time, I was like, hey, here's a great, entertaining basketball player. Let's see where this goes. But then he was kind of not he, but him and the combination of Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, you could throw Ray Allen in there if you want to, of this superstar team with the Heat. And that's where I lost interest in the NBA. Because if you're just going to team up and have 8 all-stars on one team, like the Golden State Warriors do, it's not entertaining to watch.
There was a lot of development that went into making those guys all-stars, okay? It's not like...
Okay, but...
It's not like it was like...
Okay, but go back 8 years to when the Heat had LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, Ray Allen. I mean, their whole team...
Mario Chalmers wasn't even that bad.
Yeah, I mean, they had that roster was just stacked, and the reason it was is because all these people got together and decided, hey, let's all play together so we can win a championship. Because you're not going to do it in Cleveland. I'm not going to do it over here and, with the Pacers, and I'm not going to do it over here with the Jazz.
Fair enough.
So that's where my disdain for LeBron James comes from. That and everyone's saying that he's better than Michael Jordan.
He's not. It's complete bogus. That's complete bogus.
And if you don't believe any of the stats, then go back and watch some highlights from when Michael Jordan played and watch NBA now. It was 10 times, it was 100 times more physical.
Seriously, I could breathe on you in the paint right now, and I would get a foul. Yeah.
Or you just have guys flopping around like
LeBron James is the king of.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, you can find multiple. I'd look at all 3 cameras in the face and say it. Multiple videos on YouTube and type in LeBron James flop highlights.
Yeah.
And they're like 5-minute long.
Whereas you go back and you watch, you're not going to find the same thing with Michael Jordan. You're gonna
not Larry Bird.
What you're going to find is you're going to find a bunch of video clips of people secretly trying to elbow Scottie Pippen in the face.
Yep.
That's what you're going to see.
Yep.
When they go up and they get dunked, or they try and dunk and it gets blocked, they're coming down like with a people's elbow.
Yeah, I don't even disagree with you, Dennis. And Devin brings up a good point too. One of the first big threes were the Celtics with Garnett, Pierce, and Allen. You could also even stem it back to the Spurs with Tony Parker and what's the big guy's name? Tim Duncan and Manu Ginobili or Kawhi Leonard, like all of those guys. It wasn't just LeBron, D Wade, Chris Bosh, and Ray Allen putting it all together. But the fact that it was that caliber of guys, let's start talking about why we're even talking about Michael Jordan before Kobe or LeBron James before Kobe.
Yeah, I mean Kobe has better stats.
I don't think LeBron James has even surpassed Kobe.
No, not in terms of stats. No.
Kobe has 5 rings.
Kobe might have more.
Kobe has 5.
He does?
Yeah.
I wrote this down. So I should know this. Oh, yeah, 5 times.
Yep.
But he's also the finals MVP 2 times.
I think LeBron James is it once. Yep. Yo, tell me about Michael Jordan's
He was
defensive
never rookie of the year.
Yeah. Oh, and what about Michael Jordan's defensive players of the year? He got it twice. No, he got it once. Got it once.
But he was in the All-Star team. He was second team defensive player like 5 years in a row. So
Yeah.
he
I would love to have this discussion with you again some other time. We should definitely have a open debate about the best basketball player I would love to do that. We've been avoiding it for 26 weeks, 27 weeks.
But here's my problem with that conversation is that it's so hard. I mean, like I just said,
They're different games. They're
different
times.
games. They're different eras. I mean, you could make an argument that I don't know.
Bill Russell is the greatest basketball player of all time.
Right.
13 championships.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if you're playing in the 40s and 50s or whatever. I mean, it was an entirely different game. I mean, first of all, even the NBA wasn't desegregated then. So.
Wilt Chamberlain is the greatest basketball player of all time, 100 points.
Yeah. And you know who number 2 is then? Kobe.
What was it, 61?
81.
81. It was 81. That's right. Yep. Kobe. I don't throw trash into the garbage and yell LeBron. I do yell Kobe. Just saying. Kobe.
Oh, I only do that with condoms. But.
That's savage.
Shout out Chappelle Show.
Anyone see Kuzma? Yo! That's another thing. Tell me why LeBron James is so bad at defense that Kuzma pushed LeBron James into position to play defense. Garbage. Trash. Who would win a game of 21? Nick versus Eric.
Oh, in basketball?
Eric would beat me for sure.
Oh, I thought you meant cards. I was like, cards, yeah.
Probably basketball. That's probably what they meant.
Probably.
But I would dunk all over you.
Man.
You get postered, bro.
I could D up.
Yeah, you get postered, homie.
Bro, my ankles are trash. I can't.
I'd try to do one cut and my knee would give out.
Yeah.
That's why I talk about sports.
Not play them. Yeah,
Dobie
we are
mixed
not
with
in good
Devin.
shape.
I say Dobie mixed with between Devin and Kobe. I like it. Cool. I'll get over the AAF next week. We'll do that because I didn't watch any AAF because we were busy doing rugby this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And we also did Jeff's Basement.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of fun.
That was a hot mess, but
It was a hot
was
mess.
fun.
It was fun. It was a hot mess. But, if you guys aren't following Jeff's Basement, go check out Jeff's Basement. It's a fun little podcast to check out. And, they have a good time over there. It's a lot of fun. Pretty enjoyable content. And, we got a little crazy on there, but we had fun.
Not too crazy.
Not too crazy, but it was good stuff. So yeah, go check out Jeff's Basement as well. So I was a little bit preoccupied. I was a little preoccupied this weekend, so I didn't really check out too much stuff in sports. So that's why I ran out of notes. But
it's not a professional sport, but if you live in Washington, they have released the predicted.
For salmon?
Yeah, for salmon. Yeah, the predicted returns for coho and Chinook in Washington, or in the Puget Sound and Columbia River, and it's looking good.
Yeah, baby.
Over 1 million fish returning to the Columbia, and just shy of 500,000 fish returning to the Puget Sound. So,
we're about to get our fish on.
oh yeah, the Chinook are still, in trouble, but
And with what comes great amount of fish brings me more crab.
also true. Although I don't really know what they're talking about because I have had a great winter blackmouth season. It's been
I'm
good.
jealous. I didn't know. We need to go fishing again. So we'll talk about that off the show. But off the show. Yeah, so we've hit an hour. Usually we run it a little bit longer. Sometimes we cut it short, but I didn't really do too much bones for salmon, boners for salmon. Yeah, seriously. I love salmon. Got to get run action to attend. I have what? Guys, got to run auction to attend. I have my eye on a mental ball. Okay. All right. Hey, Dennis, thank you for joining us. I think we're going to cut it here.
Yeah, I don't have any. I don't have anything else.
I don't have any more content at this point.
I don't want to ramble on and.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what we've been doing for the last 20 minutes. So, go check out the Game Changer Sports Network on Facebook. You guys down on Twitch and on our Facebook page. Go check out our Facebook page, Talk Interference Sports. We have Instagram, so does Game Changer, Twitch, Twitter. Go find all those platforms, guys. Go check it out. I'm putting all these videos on YouTube now. I had a little stumble with trying to figure out the video editing software that I got. So I'm going to start video editing these and making our live videos, put them up on YouTube with like, I don't know, like down on the bottom, make it say like Talk Interference Sports and add little stuff in the corner and make the video a little bit better. So check out that. On YouTube, go check out our videos. If you're not already watching this on YouTube, and if you didn't know, we have a promo code on SeatGeek.com, SeatGeek.com, SeatGeek, and if you use promo code GCSN, you get $20 off your purchase. Go buy some tickets to the Red Sox or the Kansas City Chiefs, or go see the Indianapolis Colts, Dennis, and use our promo code GCSN at SeatGeek.com. You get $20 off.
Go see Slayer for the
Go
last
see
tour.
Slayer. Yeah, go see Slayer.
I've seen him twice, so.
Yeah, go see Slayer.
It's a
Use
good
our
show.
promo code. Use our promo. Yo, New Kids on the Block are on tour right now.
98 degrees.
Go see
Anything.
anything and use our promo code at SeatGeek.com. All right? Thanks, Game Changer Sports Network. We're going to close out. Who's saying what? Salmon season. I'll show you. What about those Mariners? We talked about it already. Go back and check it out.
And also, don't forget that bands will make her dance.
Bands will make her dance. Shout out Juicy J. All right. See you guys later.
See you guys.